All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harikak Radash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and double honors to our elder apostle as well. I heard one by Yasha Allah down here in the Lions Den camp. Salutation to the Akim that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Kalach on by Yasha Allah down here in the Lions Den Yasha Allah camp. And today is another Lions Den News and Prophecy, Lord willing. It is edifying and serves its purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And you know how we start this thing off. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. There's a lot of, I want to go in a separate direction real quick before I get into this article. There's a lot of tensions and everything going on about the verdict of the Carmelo Anthony case, right? But it says, fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's a powerful statement. We got to wait on the Lord. That right there shows you we don't stand a chance in the system. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Right? It does not matter. We need divine intervention. Ain't no marching, ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. So wait on me, wait ye upon me till I rise up against the prey. The Lord is putting us in a position to hope. Not hope for Esau to change, but for hope for Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai to bring judgment on the earth. Right? We're dealing with people want to say the system is broken. The system ain't broken. The system is doing exactly what it's designed and meant to do. And it's beautiful. Because it's going to be a witness against them when Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai shows up. So in verse 5 it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. See that? See death and destruction. So all that, what happened in that case was all orchestrated and constructed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. So with that being said, we're in a position of hope. You know what I'm saying? We have to have faith in the Lord to come slap the hell out of Esau and reset his hard drive. We ain't nothing outside of that gonna help us. That's it. We need divine intervention. That's why we wait upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, and we fight the battle spiritually, man. So we always got to understand that. Like I had a recent incident where my sister called me about how my nephews are being disrespectful, and I came over there, I told them straight like it is. I mean, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all acting like some hoes right now. Excuse my French, but that's how you're acting. Acting emotional, like talking crazy to your mother. Like totally out of order. You know what I'm saying? I told them straight up, like, and I ain't gonna even hold you. Like, my sister, she is a very traumatized woman that exerts her energy anywhere she sees best to hurt other people because she's dealing with a lot of hurt. That's fair. But what I was telling my nephews is, you're going to have to learn how to maneuver in this system. You're going to get that kind of, you know what I'm saying, people going to talk crazy all types of ways. That don't mean you got to match energy. We got to learn how to deal with that stuff according to the spirit. Because if we sit back and watch what's going on, what you know what I'm saying, in the world, and really pay attention to what's going on. Like we had a conference last night, and we just going over like current events and stuff like that. And I always make statements like people gonna be crazy and scared and afraid when you know what I'm saying, when Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai starts moving furniture. But if you pay close attention, it's furniture moving, and it's not subtle either. It is not subtle either. It's like things going on. Like I was speaking to them last night. You have you have Taiwan just just tested test fired a missile um towards China, supplied by the United States. See that? Showing a sort of a show of force and strength, because Taiwan wants to remain their sovereignty away from China, but China is constantly talking about annexing Taiwan back up under its ownership. Right? You have NATO versus Russia with the whole Ukraine incident. You have Iran versus the United States with the whole Iran and missile, Iran and Israel incident. You got Jake getting convicted of murder. Another Jake getting shot in the back over 75-cent water. In the back, running away, got shot in the back, and his killer wasn't convicted. He was let go. Said self-defense. See that? We don't stand a chance in this system, and the Lord is showing that. Revelation 12:12, where the devil coming down having great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. Just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart, the Lord is hardening Esau's heart to show his horns, show what he's really about. So it's a lot of furniture moving, man. And Apostle Har did a lesson talking about the implementation of the chip already happening. I mean, we've been talking about this, yeah, but it's even closer now. And then I did a lesson yesterday. It was only the day before yesterday. It was only 14 to 15 minutes long because my headphone batteries, where I used to record my lessons, were dying. And so, but I'm gonna go back into that, the parallels between Babylon, ancient Babylon, and the daughter of Babylon, which is America. All right, so let's get into this article real quick. It says, it's over for Iran. Trump announces secret mission has taken millions of barrels of oil away from Iran. And if that's the case, right, I want to know who oil it was, because that's going to determine a whole lot of stuff. All right, it says President Donald Trump claimed on Wednesday that the U.S. has been taking out oil from Iran as part of a secret mission to keep gas and oil prices low. Right, just like how they what is it? They did it at Venezuela. And ain't nobody still heard nothing from Maduro. Ain't nobody still heard nothing from Maduro. You know? So, yeah. So who knows what's going on with that situation? But it says right here, the United States stole some more oil. It says Trump made the shock announcement in a passing comment in the Oval Office when asked about rising inflation. He later posted to Truth Social a message adding some additional context to the earlier claim. See, a lot of people took it the wrong way. So, because he was asked, because of the state of this war, are you worried about inflation and how it's going to affect the American people? He's like, no, I'm not worried about that. A lot of people took it as if he's saying he's not worried about that because he don't care about, you know what I'm saying? But no, what he was saying, in my opinion, he was saying, I got a trick up my sleeve for that. Just like he had a trick up his sleeve for not refilling the oil reserves when Biden emptied them to try to keep gas prices low. He emptied the reserve that the United States had while they're at a low price per barrel. So when Trump came into office, he could have filled them back up while it was at a low price. But they were planning on stealing it anyway. Allegedly. You know? Because he's an alleged thief. Esau's alleged thief. America's alleged. They've been allegedly stealing for allegedly years. You got to say allegedly with everything, bro. Because they, man. You know? So it says, last month I directed our great U.S. military to execute a secret mission. Damn, I broke my glasses. Let me see if I can. It says, a secret mission to support oil tankers and other commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Today, I am pleased to announce that this effort has resulted in more than 100 million barrels of oil making its way through the straits and into open market, Trump wrote on social media, adding, Trump said before his post in the Oval Office that the U.S. military had been taking millions of barrels of oil away from Iran every night. It says, I'm going to tell you because they just figured it out. So now that they figured it out, I can tell you it was very hard for me. I wanted to say it so bad. He claimed, adding, when it's over, you will see oil drop to where it was before. And it has been going down. Surprisingly. It went from 459 to like right now it's in some places it's at like 360. I've seen even 354 at one particular gas station I go to a lot. So it's dropped from anywhere from 75 cents to $1 in prices. So, it says the Strait of Hormuz has been essentially closed to commercial traffic in recent months. But I got another article I got to do a lesson on that said they closing it, completely shutting it down. Ain't nothing going through there. Nothing. Period. It says commercial traffic in recent months as the war has gone on, with Iran both mining the strait and firing upon commercial vessels. It says the New York Times reported last week, however, that the Pentagon had been secretly gilding ships through the key energy transit hub. The U.S. Central Command has guided around 70 commercial ships through the strait, traveling in and out of the Persian Gulf in the last 3 weeks. One of the officials said, speaking on conditions of anonymity to discuss operational matters. So the U.S. official added that most of the vessels had this must have been written by AI. It says had turned off their transponders to avoid detection when going through the narrow waterway, reported the Times. So they went dark. So, but if that is to be true, who the hell oil is it that they stole from Iran? Because about 80% of oil production from Iran goes to China. Who oil is that they done took? So we're going to get some scriptures. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 9 in the GNT. It says, you are doomed. And in the last lesson I did, it said the doomsday clock moves to 89 seconds. That's the closest it's ever been to destruction. See that? It says, you are doomed. You founded a city on crime and built it up by... Oh, no, Slacky. Verse 9, Habakkuk 2 and 9, it says, you are doomed. You made your family rich with what you took by violence, and have tried to make your own home safe from harm and danger. Right. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? Slacky. They're stealing stuff and saying Iran can't have no type of nuclear weapons, no type of nuclear force, none of that. See that? It says you have made your family rich with what you took by violence and have tried to make your own home safe from harm and danger. Right? Saying they're doing this to protect America and American citizens, right? It says, but your schemes have brought shame on your family, and that shame is going to be exposed. That's why Russia and China are letting them get away with everything like this. Even though they're back in Venezuela and Iran, they're having America show their hand. And that's really being exposed by Yahweh Bashim Shai. Come sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter. All of that shame shall be uncovered. All right, it says, but your schemes have brought shame on your family. By destroying many nations, you have brought... Slakia. Hold on, computer. You have brought ruin on yourself. Even the stones of the walls cry out against you, and the rafters echo the cry. Right. That comes from like everything that they built here. Right? Is a testimony through the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. Everything is going to be a witness, a cry out witness, all right, against these devils. Everything they erected here on this in this earth. Verse 12 says, "You are doomed. You founded a city on crime and built it up by murder. The nations you conquered, man." Man. Cause that crazy devil that came up the other week on some Chud the Builder type time, he was talking about how it was okay to conquer. This is Habakkuk 2:13. It said, "The nations you conquered wore themselves out in useless labor, and all they have built goes up in flames. The Lord Almighty has done this, but the earth will be as full of the knowledge of the Lord's glory as the seas are full of water." See that? So everything that they've done is going to be a witness against them. All the thievery, everything. Even from what they stole from the children of Israel. Even everything they stole from the children of Israel. This Isaiah 33:1, it says, "Our enemies are doomed. They have robbed and betrayed. Although no one has robbed them or betrayed them. But their time to rob and betray will end, and they themselves will become victims of robbery and treachery." So everything's going to turn back on Esau, man. Thus saith Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, "Lord, have mercy on us. We have put our hope in you." Remember that? That's what I said in the beginning. We're put in the position of hope. We have to have hope, and we have to have faith and pray our way out of this situation and hope that the Lord has mercy upon us and we don't fall upon his wrath. Because he's going to bring destruction on this earth, man. It says, we have hope. We have put our hope in you. Protect us day by day and save us in times of trouble. See, not to really touch on the Carmelo case, but you got to be thinking like this. It says, protect us day by day. We always get caught up in the hype in about protecting ourselves. Of course, we can protect ourselves, but you got to know when to and when to let the Lord protect you. You know, anything short of something trying to kill you is, you know what I'm saying, you let the Lord deal with later on down the line. It says, and save us in times of trouble. When you fight for us, nations run away from the noise of the battle. Their belongings are pounced upon and taken as loot. So everything's going to be, you know what I'm saying? All the stealing, killing they've done, it's going to be done to them. And so we got to wait on the protection of the Lord, man. That's it. We ain't got no choice but to, man. Yeah, this Yahweh Shema Shai set the devil up for that purpose, and he living his purpose out to the T. You know, so there's a couple more articles I want to get into. I'll probably do another one later on. But yeah, there you have it, man. This devil allegedly stole some oil like they did from Venezuela, and they don't think they're gonna have to pay for it. But Yahweh Shema Shai has another thought coming. All right, Lord willing, that's to edify the servant purpose for the hopefully elect ones that truly believe in the name Yahweh Shema Shai. With that, like say, call Halayim, like Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harakak Wadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, wear millstone, double honors to our elder apostles, well her one bun Yashar, down here in the lines and camp. Salutations to the Archon that puts in the truth, the sincerity, and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.